And that's when I knew that she is a witch, and so is Mom, and so am I.
Hey, Marnie Piper, it's been a long time since you took us to a magical world full of awesome spooky creatures. Halloweentown and its sequels are some of our favorite Halloween movies. We still love watching you save the town with your witchy abilities, but we have noticed a few things we never picked up on as kids, and some of these things have us seriously scratching our heads. The Halloweentown franchise is one of Disney Channel's most successful movie series ever. From jokes to plot holes to a few offensive moments, there are several things that only adults would understand. Keep watching to find out why Calabar's actions weren't exactly uncalled for.
Follow me! And together, we will reclaim the mortal world which is rightfully ours!
Shakespeare, is that you? Disney Channel is probably the last place you would expect to see a Shakespeare reference, but there is a quote from Macbeth that is totally associated with Halloween. Double, double, toil and trouble, fire burn and cauldron bubble is said by Shakespeare's witches. Take a look at this witch microwave from Halloweentown. What do these microwave settings even do? How do you heat up your breakfast with toil and trouble? Losing their heads. Halloweentown might seem like a perfect place to live, but if you rewatch this franchise as an adult, you'll probably notice that some things aren't ideal. Aggie's friend says in the first movie,
Doing some volunteer work down at the headless shelter.
yeah, that's right. It's a shelter for people who don't have heads. Why are there so many headless people that they require a shelter? There's also the fact that Aggie's friend is baking them muffins, which the headless people can't eat. Not our Marnie. Marnie was such a hero to kids in the late 1990s and early 2000s. She really made the movies what they are today. Kimberly J. Brown will forever be associated with the first 3 Halloweentown movies. But in 2006, Disney Channel decided to make a 4th film, and Kimberly wasn't available, so they recast Marnie. Sarah Paxton is a great actress, but she was nothing like the original Marnie. This left a lot of fans wondering what the Disney Channel was thinking. Worst clue ever. In Halloweentown 2, Calabar's Revenge, Calabar's son steals Aggie's spellbook. He casts the Gray Spell, which turns Halloweentown residents into mundane humans. They spend the whole movie trying to reverse this spell, but the key to doing it is way too easy. Apparently, all Marnie has to do is say trappa. That's the word apart backwards. It's one word in part of the spell, and all she has to do is say it backwards. It's an epic movie, but that part was more than a little cheesy. Where'd he go? Halloweentown is full of ghosts and goblins. You might expect to have a character totally disappear from a scene, but you wouldn't expect having a major actor disappear from the whole franchise. Luke, Marnie's goblin friend, was a huge part of the first 2 movies.
Maybe I could show you around sometime. Buy you an ice cream.
And let's be honest, we all shipped Marnie and Luke together. But Luke is completely absent from the 3rd movie, Halloweentown High. The movie offers no explanation for this absence. We want to know what happened to Luke. A Hollywood legend. Our parents probably noticed this even though we didn't. Aggie isn't just a super cool grandma. She's played by Hollywood legend Debbie Reynolds. Her acting career lasted almost 70 years before she passed away. She won a ton of awards for all she did. She was also the mother of Carrie Fisher, who played Princess Leia in Star Wars. It is super cool that someone so famous was on Halloweentown. Useless magic. Marnie's little brother Dylan is one of our favorite characters. He is always the voice of reason in the movies.
Powers? What powers?
He's ahead of his time by being super devoted to caring for the environment. Dylan is shown to have some magical powers at the end of the first movie. His fingertips start having magical static, but Dylan never uses his power in the rest of the films. We don't understand why, and he never explains it. If we had magical abilities, we would use them for everything. Trendy Halloween magazine. Watching Halloweentown as an adult is really fun. There are so many tiny details we never picked up on as kids. The people who created the sets and props were really creative. One of the funniest hidden jokes is in a magazine. One of the Halloweentown residents is sitting on a park bench reading. The cover says Vampire Fair. This is meant to be like the trendy fashion magazine Vanity Fair. The covers even look similar. This joke was definitely snuck in there to make the adults chuckle. That's not witchcraft. Disney Channel is really great when it comes to creating movies their viewers can relate to, but in the first Halloweentown movie, a joke made it into the final cut that was offensive to some people. Marnie puts on a witch's hat and says,
I'm a Wiccan!
Wicca is a religion that uses nature and magic in its practice. Many Wiccans hate being called witches, but Marnie called the type of witches we see at Halloween by the name of this religion. We are sure this made many people who practice that religion very uncomfortable. He's got a point. Okay, we totally understand that Calabar was evil. He hated humans and wanted to take an army of ghouls and goblins into the mortal world. But he also has a point. The residents of Halloweentown are forced to stay in a totally separate dimension, but the mortal world used to be their home. They're no longer evil monsters who want to harm humans. Why should they have to stay isolated from their original home? Which of the Halloweentown movies is your favorite? Let us know in the comments. Thanks for watching. Be sure to like this video and subscribe to The Things for more awesome content. We'll catch you later.